Let's introduce the participants for this week's game show. We have Ruchit Jain, technical analyst at Angel Broking. Siddhartha Chatterjee, Trustline Securities, will be joining us on the phone line, and Mitesh Thakkar, the technical analyst at miteshthakkar.com, joining us on the show. Gentlemen, wish you all the best for this week, and let's start off by discussing Mitesh Thakkar's portfolio. First up, Mitesh, you've placed a buy call on Gillette. Now, given that over the last 1 month the stock has gained good 17%, how much more of an upside do you see for Gillette?
See, I think Gillette had a very strong price and volume breakout on Friday. The stock price was up by about 5.4%, and also is the fact that on the volume numbers, we saw that the volume was nearly double the 5-day average. So my idea is that there's some kind of uptrend which has started for Gillette. I would keep a stop loss below 4,900. That's for a short-term basis, and my targets would be around 5,500 to 5,600. That's the first target. Eventually, I do expect the stock to possibly test higher levels, but the day target, as I mentioned, is 5,499.
Okay, that's some of the levels to monitor on Gillette, and good call, Mitesh. The stock is doing fairly well in an otherwise dull market right now, so it's up and about. Meantime, Axis Bank and banking indeed is under pressure. The Bank Nifty futures is down and out, 593, but compared to the PSUs, the private banks are losing out a lot less. Ruchit, you think now is a good time to put your money into Axis Bank on declines?
Yeah, if you just observe the recent charts, then in last week in Thursday session, the stock gave a breakout with very huge volumes. And in Friday and today's session, this is just a retracement of that up move, breakout up move which was there. So now at current levels, the stock is trading at that breakout support. So I think from this level itself, the stock should start again moving up. So it's a good opportunity to this correction to buy this stock. It's for a trading perspective only. One can keep a stop loss of 587 and target on the higher side is 625.
Okay, that's a call coming in on Axis Bank, and that stock is holding out actually on the downside, losing about 1.5%. Let's take a look at Siddhartha's portfolio as well, and Siddharth joins us on the phone line. Siddharth, you've placed a buy call on Maruti Futures. Can you tell us what are the fundamentals of the company that you're betting on?
Well, increased auto sales and their market share ever increasing with the auto sales numbers. Fundamentally becomes a buy. You have reasons technically to believe that it has started trading above 4,200. So I would suspect that this continuation of uptrend will happen, and we will shortly see in excess of 4,350 or 4,400. That's a question of time, but for the purpose of the game show, I thought it can still do an uptrending uptakes today. So that's precisely why I have given a buy.
Okay, that's the call coming in on the fundamentals that are backing Maruti. The stock is currently at the day's low at 4185. Mitesh, let's nail it down to the pharma pick. Ajanta Pharma is what you've picked out?
A lot of pharma stocks were buzzing on Friday. We saw stocks like Divi's, Dr. Reddy's and Ajanta Pharma made fresh highs. So I picked up an Ajanta Pharma, wherein I would recommend a stop loss of around 1612 and targets closer to about 1799. Again, the stock had a very strong price volume breakout, along with the fact that it was the highest ever closing and a swing breakout for the stock as well.
Okay, and let's also get in a check on Ruchit Jain's portfolio. Then REC is the stock that he's bullish on with a target price of 310. Ruchit, if you can just quickly do a chart check on REC and tell us what is it that's indicating on the charts and what is it that makes you bullish on this counter?
Yeah, so if you just see the last week's movement, then it has given on Thursday session, it gave breakout from a falling trend line, which if we draw from this all-time high of 370. So probably it is given a breakout from a consolidation range also. So we believe that, after a sideways movement, the trend for the stock has turned positive. So it is corrected in Friday's session and even in today's session. So this is just a retracement of this corrective up move. One should use this dip as a good buying opportunity. We believe that the trend for the stock is up now, and on the higher side we are targeting 310 in a very short term. So I think it's a good opportunity to buy at current levels. One can place a stop loss below 284 and buy for a target of 310.
Okay, so watch out for some of those levels on an REC. That's the stock, in fact, that Ruchit has picked out monitoring a target price of close to 310. But for now, in tandem with what the rest of the market is up to, no surprises to see that REC too has succumbed to selling pressure, currently off by about 1%. But remember, it's been a fairly steady performer in the last 1 month, gaining about 7.5%. Meantime, Siddhartha, let's get to idea number 2. LIC Housing, in fact, is a stock that you're looking at. It is set to declare its numbers later today, and it is expected to be a fairly steady quarter. What is it that you're expecting in terms of Q1 results?
Well, my expectation would be pretty okay result and not something euphoric. But then, the question is that after a long haul, these stocks and these housing finance companies have started doing better in the market. And I think LIC being in the leadership position would do well. I would, of course, add India Bulls Housing Finance or a Group Finance and always evergreen HDFC. But I think LIC's housing results would be pretty okay. And I'm waiting to watch it. In the meantime, if some targets are achieved, then fair enough. Otherwise, it should be bought with 465 as top.
Okay, that's a call coming in on LIC Housing Finance. But let's quickly get in a calculator check and find out how each of our experts are placed at this point of time. Starting off with Mitesh Thakkar's portfolio. Now, he has placed 4 buy calls in his portfolio. None of the target prices or the stop losses have been triggered so far. But he's gaining good on all 4 stocks and currently sitting with a gain of close to 14,900 rupees. So good going for Mitesh's portfolio. Let's also get in a check on Ruchit Jain's portfolio at this point of time. He's again faced 3 buy calls and 1 sell call. A bit of a bother coming in on REC as well as Bajaj Auto. However, a bit of a respite coming in from Dish TV. Overall portfolio sitting with a loss of close to 1,200 rupees. Finally, let's take a look at Siddhartha Chatterjee's portfolio. He's placed 4 buy calls backed by the fundamentals. None of the target prices or stop losses have been triggered. A bit of a bother is the Maruti July futures. Overall portfolio sitting with gains of close to 1,300 rupees. So at this point of time, it is Mitesh leading, followed by Siddharth and Ruchit.
Okay, time to slip into a quick break. Of course, we'll be discussing ideas 3 and 4 on the other side.
Welcome back. You're watching VNS in the stock game. Let's discuss Mitesh's portfolio then. And the third pick in his portfolio is a sell call on Titan. Now, he's placed a target price of about 335. Mitesh would like to know, what is it about Titan that makes you bearish?
Yeah, so my third stock pick is Titan. Clearly a stock which has been going through some kind of a downward bias in the market, which has been moving up. The stock has been underperforming, and now we got a fresh intraday sell signal on Friday afternoon. My sense is that there could be some more downward pressure on the stock price, and I would look at targets closer to about 335, and the stop loss for the day would be just about 355. So I've chosen 355.25.
Okay, indeed, those are some of the levels to map. Titan, in comparison to some of the other jewelry stocks not holding out, it's a sell recommendation and working well, Mitesh. Ruchit, let's talk a little bit then about Dish TV.
Yeah, if you just observe the weekly charts of Dish TV, then a higher top, high bottom formation is there in place, so which indicates that the stock is now in an uptrend. Even recently, the stock has formed a reversal pattern of head and shoulders, and that has been negated. So probably we have seen that such reversal pattern is negated, the move going ahead is very sharp on the other side. So probably that's why we have placed buying Dish TV with the expectation of the continuation of up move. We have a stop target of 118 in the stock, and the stop loss have placed just below the recent consolidation zone of 109.5.
Dish TV from the media space holding out smartly 1.5% of an upside. Let's discuss Siddharth's third pick, which is Sterlite Technologies, target price 106. Siddharth, the stock has seen stellar move over the last 1 month, 52% of gains. Do you see there's some more room on the upside for Sterlite?
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing absolutely technically, and since it's moving at this current juncture without much of retracement, one would tend to buy this for the day trading or maybe swing trading and all that. I would not be able to exactly direct to the fundamental reasons about this stock, but I believe that the space is doing well, and I would categorize it as a defense play, defense sector play. So the continuation of the trend should happen, and we will end up going towards 120 over the time, and that's precisely why it was picked up today.
Okay, Sterlite Tech currently up by about 0.2% right now, and the stock in focus according to Siddhartha. Meantime, then, great call. By the way, Mitesh, you're seeing some interesting moves on a Munjal, Shoa, and that stock, in fact, is seeing good price volume breakout as well. You've placed a target price of close to 219. What's the rationale, and how come you spotted it?
Of late, a lot of mid-cap stocks have given good breakouts, are showing good chart patterns, and Munjal Showa is one of them. Friday, we saw the stock price get past its 200 average level with strong price and volume action. The weekly charts are extremely positive, suggesting that we could head towards targets of around 220, which is also my day price target. And the stop loss, which I would suggest for the trade, is just below 190, so 189.90 is what I would recommend.
Okay, great call there, and the stock fairly active in the last 1 month as well. Ruchit, you're short selling Bajaj Auto.
Yeah, Bajaj Auto, although in recent past we have seen it's formed in high top, high bottom formation, but recently around 2560, 2570 it has been resisting. And according to harmonic patterns, it has formed AB is equal to CD pattern, which resistance coming exact around those recent highs. So we believe that since it's trading in a channel, the prices would correct, and the stock would come to the lower end of the channel in near term. Right now I have a target of 2450 for short term. One can, even at current levels, one can look to go short in the stock with stop loss about 2575.
Okay, that's a call on Bajaj Auto, but let's cut across to the finance minister speaking.
माहौल को ऐसा बनाना कि विश्व की